So in terms of every office having one, check this guy. This guy says that he takes Mucinex on Wednesday because it makes his nose run. And then he has to blow his nose the entire day so everybody knows he really is sick. You know, again, why stop there? I mean, if that's the intent, why not just crush some laxatives if you want it that badly? I mean, the whole notion is to fake like you're sick, not actually get sick or be sick. And honestly, I think the way things are right now in the economy, this might not be the time to be faking illness. Not when teams or when companies are tightening their belts. I don't know if you want to do that right now. You might just have to miss the first game or the first day. It's up to you. So that's his strategy. Popping Mucinex to make his nose run. I guarantee there's going to be at least one of you that tries that. Now that you've heard that. I wouldn't suggest it. That's why I'm not coming out with it. Not now. Not when guys are losing their jobs and it's so hard to find a good opportunity now. Respect what you have. Don't blow it for a Thursday matchup or Friday. Hey, Rome, you know the first day of the tournament is the day after St. Paddy's Day, right? No need to fake an illness to get out of work to watch those games. Just call in sick with me. Signed, the Whiskey Flu. Eddie, no longer in Eugene. War Oregon throwing away the entire 2010 college football season. They got a few issues up there right now. You know, I mentioned that every single office has Bracket Guy. I'm not talking Bracket Alert. I'm talking Bracket Guy killing it at the water cooler, bumping gums, but not about who's going to make it to the Final Four or even who's going to win it all, but rather who he thinks is going to choke in the first round. You see, that's a tougher pick. That makes him look even smarter than picking the Final Four. Oh, no. He knows the team that nobody thought had any chance of winning, which is going to win in the first round. You know, and again, every office has that guy, too. The guy who picks the 12-5. Like he knows something that nobody else knows. Never mind that it happens all the time. Pretty much every year. I mean, if you thought a bracket and you don't pick a 12 over a 5, you're not doing your job. Oh, but that guy knows. Not only that, he'll really put himself out there when he goes with a 13-4 matchup. Hey, Bracket Guy, for the last time, nobody cares what you think or who you're picking to lose in the first round. Nor do we care that you came up with some whack formula that you made that pick with. You are going to get rolled by the receptionist just like everybody else. No life. Stand down. When we want your picks, we will ask for your picks. That's something I've got no tolerance for. You know who you are. Stop doing it. Now, if you're going to really put yourself out there, take a big swing. I'm talking about a 15-2. I'm talking about 15th seeded UC freaking Santa Barbara locking up with the 2 seed in Milwaukee, Ohio State. West Coast meets Midwest. Big West meets Big Ten. Best thing I've seen since Michigan State stud Steve Smith stabbed us in the heart in the second round back in 1990 in Knoxville after we got up big. I'm just feeling something different this time, though. It just feels different. Look, I'm a big Thad Matta guy, and I know Evan Turner is the truth. And I know that Mark Titus gets more run than just about any walk-on, or as a walk-on than any All-American I know. So I've got nothing but respect for the Buckeye basketball program, honestly. Except on Friday. Friday, it's go time. Friday, I bleed Gaucho. Now, I'm not going to go like my man, Lendale White.
Hey, listen, Ohio State sucks.
Larry Mant making an appearance on the program. I'm not going to go like that. Like I said, nothing but respect for Ohio State and the Buckeye basketball program. I'm not doing that. Nor am I going to sit here and call my shot. But I can say this, and I will say this. The boys from Isla Vista are going to have a little something for the Buckeyes. They'll show up and they'll turn their rings around. Sure, Ohio State's got the probable National Player of the Year, but do they have the Big West Player of the Year? No, we do. Orlando Johnson, a guy that Coach Bob Williams describes as having, quote, a football body and a basketball brain. Yeah, probably could have played football in the Big Ten, but chose to play basketball in the Big West instead. I mean, who wouldn't, given that choice? Then you've got big game James Powell. You all know him. Big game James Powell. I'll tell you, this kid has lived his entire life for this very moment. That's why he rocks an against all odds tat. He knew. What he ought to do is run his teammates down to Lower State Street right before that game, get them their ink before they get on the plane. And there's a reason why forward Jaime Cerna's handle is rage. Because that's what he runs on. Lots of it. And that rage travels well. Wait till they see that rage in the walkie. I'm telling you, we can shoot it if the Buckeyes disrespect us. If our threes are falling, come Friday night, kegs will be tapped and couches will be burned in IV. And even if the Buckeyes do respect us and punch us in the face, kegs will still be tapped and couches will still be burned in IV. So even if we lose, we still win. Man's game. Man, it feels good to be a gaucho. Don't embarrass me, fellas. War Sam's to go, War the Egghead, and War FT. Go Gauchos. You got that bracket guy? Put that down. There's your 15-2 matchup. You tell them. When somebody says, hey, who do you pick? Tell them that. But don't say anything until somebody asks you. You know why? Nobody will. We don't care, bracket guy. That's why you keep telling us, because nobody's going to ask you. Nobody cares. Put your multiple brackets with your multiple highlighters away. Hey, Jim. How about time change guy who comes in an hour late Monday and lets the boss know that he forgot about the time change and didn't set his clock? He only had one whole day to do so, and he didn't know that all of his TV shows the night before were coming on a bit earlier. However, that guy doesn't show up an hour early and fall. In conclusion, it's just his excuse to catch that extra hour of sleep that we all missed out on. Jackass. Ricky and Redlands. Somebody ever tell their boss that? Hey, boss, I'm sorry. I just got caught up. I didn't even know. I mean, it's not on me, boss. I just didn't know. I didn't know, and I didn't change my clock. Weird. And finally, Romy, Triple U. Extremely awkward moments on the tennis court when two players are going at it and you're caught in the middle of it. Yours, Nadal and Federer. Boy, that is the truth. What a weird deal that was. At a fundraiser, Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras got into each other. It was, I tweeted on this too. It was awkward, uncomfortable, and awesome. And it made both of them look really bad, I thought. But it was awesome. I mean, that was really strange. So I'll get into that a little bit later on.